Hey everybody, thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Pint Pals podcast. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you go down and click on the little subscribe button and then hit the little ding bell. And later, if you get annoyed of looking at Lucas and myself, you can go ahead and hit the unsubscribe, but then go over to Spotify and drop us a follow. Or if you like to listen on iHeartRadio, Apple, or Google Podcasts, we appreciate you all. Now it's time to open up a cold one, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of the Pint Pals podcast. It is I, Lucas.
My name's Nate.
And today, we welcome you to the first episode of the brand new year.
Woo! I don't have any little poppers I can shoot off. I was actually going to buy someone for the way here. So
no, I'm glad you didn't because I didn't want to clean that up.
That's fair.
Because we do this at my apartment.
You said you had a vacuum anyway, right? So,
I do have to vacuum,
so,
but I don't want to vacuum more. We took a little bit of time off after the holidays. Nate took time off. I worked very.
Didn't take time off from drinking, but took time off from work. Yes.
Yeah. Is this work? We haven't been paid for it.
Well, I mean, my other job, the one I do get paid for, because this job ceased to pay me. Yeah. No, I had Christmas break for school, so got to try out a bunch of breweries that Lucas didn't want to go to me with. Go with me too.
I don't have a luxurious job that allows me to have 5 weeks off.
These were on the weekend, sir. It was like a Friday night.
And I work 6 days a week. I work 6 days a week, sir.
Yeah. Fair. That's fair. I'll allow you to have this one for now.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
I don't do that very often, so you better take that as your only one for 2022.
I will take it because it's January, and at least that means, the rest of the year can't be a letdown.
There you go.
I already had this high point.
Very optimistic way of looking at it. I like it.
Well, anyway, we are dressed up today because today we are doing the first ever. I don't know.
Why are you showing them the journal?
Because there are some people who watch us.
Oh, there are some people who watch. Those who are watching,
for those of you watching,
you can see what's happening.
I am holding up my notebook, and we are doing the very first ever Best of Awards from the Pint Pals podcast.
Woo!
It is going to become the next most prestigious beer award that any brewery can hope to win.
Whenever you go to a brewery, look for this reward on their shelf.
And it is, we don't have the trophies yet, but it's going to be a thumbs up trophy, and I'm going to take a beer can and stick it on the thumb that's up like that, so it's just going to look like it's stuck on the fist.
Like you're thumbing the bottom of a can.
Like you're thumbing the bottom of a can.
I still am not set on this.
Good. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it.
Let us know in the comments what you guys think about that. But,
you can absolutely do that, but it's still going to be that trophy. And it's going to be, you can throw out all your Great American Beer Festival awards, and
you don't need any of that.
You don't need any of that garbage. What you need is
coffee. No, all that gone.
Just maybe get, I don't know, some type of Mission Impossible level security.
Yes.
For this plastic trophy with a empty beer can on the top of it.
You're gonna need some really good cleaning tools too. You want to make sure this thing stays pristine throughout the entire year.
Because it is made out of the finest plastics.
Yes.
From I believe China.
Yes.
So
the finest, the best of the best.
Finest
will not break if it falls.
I say it will not break the first time you drop it. So there's that.
Now, on these awards, do they get a little plaque that has their name on it?
No, they are going to get a silver marker written in the nicest handwriting that I could possibly do. I'm
already sold, dude. I want one myself right now.
Well, you have to earn it. You have to earn it.
I do. I'm going to do that by besting you out in the best beer this year.
I thought long and hard about what I believe the best categories would be. And since I don't want this to be a 5-hour-long award show, which I probably could have done. We could have done each beer category, like our favorite IPA of the year, favorite sour.
Well, see, originally when you were talking about it, that's what you made it kind of sound like you were going to go for. But
no.
That would take forever.
We would be here all day, and
on
I'd
top
be
of
in
this,
2 hours.
We also do have some beers that we're going to be trying.
Yes.
They're just random beers out of the fridge, nothing
out of my fridge, because I've got a large stockpile of stuff that we need to go through, and now that we're finally recording again, hopefully we can start to burn through some of this back stock I have.
I hope so.
And it also it doesn't help that Well, I'll talk about it here in a minute. But there are some new breweries that are distributing in Ohio, and they are starting to come in more
So
frequently
he's
now.
fanboying now, and
I am
he's constantly
fanboying.
going out. He's like when you get a video game release, he's already
Like,
waiting outside the door, ready to go in and get the beer.
It's the 21st century. I have already got it pre-downloaded, just waiting for the servers to go live. But you can't do that with beer anymore. Anymore. You've never been able to do that with beer.
Downloading your beer.
Download your beer. One day. So the 5 categories that I've decided to go with today are we have the best beer fest that we attended in 2021, the best brewery that we went to, best beer shop, and favorite brewery that we've had on the show, and favorite beer of 2021, which is probably going to be the topic of conversation that we're going to be on the most, because I tried to write down just 5 beers, which I thought were my favorite, and I have
If you've
9.
ever heard us
under 10. I've kept it under 10.
If you've ever heard us argue about topics, and this is gonna take forever, so
I've got 9 beers for my best of 2021 category.
Oh jeez.
And there is kind of like a little bit of a selection, but if you know me, it's like the 3 types of beers that I really drink. So are you ready to
let's have a beer to drink while we're talking about
this
stuff. We didn't really put them in any order, but
no.
Let's go for
you want to go with this one
sours last.
So this one is from one of the breweries that I was talking about, are brand new to Ohio. These they're a bunch of like fun beers. Yeah, this is a smoogie.
How do you say that?
It's a schmoogie.
Rotisserie?
Patisserie? But I am butchering that, I know. It's a Swiss chocolate raspberry mousse. I'm trying to figure out what type of beer it is, but it's from Imprint Brewing out of Hatfield, Pennsylvania, and they just started distributing to Ohio. And they are one of the beers that, you see on the beer trading blogs and stuff like that. And they're a fun beer. They make a bunch of fun beers, and I'm glad that they were able to finally come out this way.
It's fruit heavy, so.
Oh yeah, it's one of those beers that'll probably explode if you leave it out.
So it's not a sour though. You think it's a?
I don't know. I don't know. Let's find out.
I would expect it to be a stout. But...
Let's find out. But it's definitely. Ooh,
is
that red?
I need a napkin. I got my pants. I got pants on.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We're all formal on the top, but it's party on the bottom.
Yeah, I'm wearing sweatpants.
Ooh, yeah, that's.
Ooh,
that is not what I was expecting it to look like.
I was expecting more chocolate color, but yeah, that looks like
that. That's the raspberry, right?
The Swiss chocolate raspberry. That's.
Ooh,
I'm very excited for this. This is my first Imprint beer that I've had, but I've always tried to stop at one of their breweries in. That is thick.
Yeah, that's like a slushy.
One of their breweries. On my way back to New York, but they just. The timing never really worked out, so I'm glad that they finally started distributing. And this one I got, and the other one I got is a strawberry shortcake one. So.
Oh, that's not. I thought it was the Top and Goliath one. That they also have one. Dude, this smells delicious.
This smells just like raspberry chocolate.
This is giving me like vibes of 450 North.
We don't mention that.
I know. Sorry, I already spoiled it for this year.
You ruined it.
Ruined the year. Yeah, let's go for it.
Holy shit.
Wow.
That is thick.
I'm also trying to figure out if I mostly got like the head, because I didn't realize it was blending in really well at first, so. That is.
My God, that is delicious. And this beer's from November too.
But it's,
I mean, it's fine, but like, God,
I don't feel like I'm getting like chocolate. I mean, I'm getting a little bit of chocolate, but not like a huge amount that I was expecting. Oh, that's good. Wow. Are you writing it down into one for the year?
No, I remembered another one that I wanted to.
It's like, you can't. That's from this year, cheater. Ooh. All right. Do you want to go ahead and start with one of the categories here and talk about it?
Or do you want to talk about this beer that we just had?
We can. It's hard to like combine a bunch of other things. I feel like we're multitasking here. Talk about this one. So
this just tastes like raspberry, like the Valentine's raspberry chocolate.
Yeah,
to me, honestly.
I think the moose part is just like the texture, thickness part of it.
Yeah. But my God, this is fun to drink.
It is really delicious.
I feel like this would be a one and done for me, though. I don't know if I could.
Really?
I mean, in one drinking session, like I don't know if I'd be able to drink.
Well, I like that the raspberry tartness is mellowed out by the chocolate, so it doesn't. I don't feel like my stomach's gonna fill up too fast. But I can see what you mean. I probably shouldn't drink more than one, just because. What was the ABV? We didn't even see what that was.
I don't even know.
All right, to remain a mystery. I didn't see it on there at all.
Go to Untapped.
Yeah, it's just super red, tastes like raspberry sweetness. Really good dessert.
What's the name of this one?
Jeez, this is the one we couldn't pronounce. Shamuji Patisserie. Patisserie. Can't want to say rotisserie. There can't be.
There, right there.
Okay.
It says it's 6%.
Huh.
Nice.
Oh.
Wow. They use Giraldi chocolate.
It's gonna be expensive.
That is an expensive beer. I think this beer was pretty expensive.
Did that come in 4-packs or was that single cans?
Both.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I got it in a single because that was the only way I could get it because the 4-packs had all sold out.
Okay. I'm gonna go into the rating here and describe what our rating is here. So for 2022, we're continuing to use the Pro Scale as our way of measuring how we like the beer. PROS is a acronym. We also like to think that in 2021 we learned something, that PROS is an acronym and not an anagram. But PROS stands for P, probably won't drink again. R is regrettable. O is optimistic. S is satisfactory. And T is terrific. I couldn't tell if the S or T came first for a second there. With this one here, I'm just going with the T.
Really?
Yeah, I like, but it also, when it comes to the slushy style stuff like this, I feel like its own category of beer, just like all the other types are.
I'm gonna give this one an S. I thoroughly enjoyed it, but I don't know. I don't think this one has earned a T from me.
Really? I just think it's just so smooth, and I think the flavors are just spot on. I wish it were a little bit more chocolate flavor.
More chocolatey?
More chocolatey, thank you.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for.
You got a mustache.
I know. I just saw that.
Dude. It was even more visible in the camera there.
It was like a Kool-Aid mustache. Oh my God, it's still kind of like there.
It is.
Is it gone?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is gone.
Jesus. Felt like a kid at summer camp again with bug juice.
So just an S for that.
Yeah. High S. Why not?
Nice.
I don't know. I might give it a T. I'm thinking about the other one that's up here, though, because all of these are kind of like the fun beers.
That's for later, though.
I know.
That's for later. That's beers of the night. Yeah, that's fine. You're welcome to have your own opinion when it's wrong.
No, you can't say that. My beer opinion is always right on this show. So.
I don't know. I stand by a tea, but I also stand by a tea the fact that it's a dessert beer and it's in its own little kind of category of other desserts beers. So
I think the main reason I can't give it a tea is because I would only be able to have one of these.
that is a very fair point. I think I could have two, but would I want to with how expensive they probably are? No.
That's fair. That's fair. Also, about 2022, we're moving on up in the world. We have 2 microphones.
Oh, yeah. 2021, 1. 2022, 2. So be ready for 2023.
And when we have 3 microphones, we'll have one over top.
One over top.
But no, that's probably why we're going to sound a little bit different.
Yeah.
Going forward.
To our listeners, for sure, it's going to be... We're hoping for a better rounded sound. We're going to continue to adjust the mics as we go throughout this year.
And cameras.
Yeah, and cameras. Our camera angle changes every single episode.
Yeah. And I have a DSLR that's just sitting in a bag collecting dust because I can't figure out how to get it to use as a webcam. And now we're using a webcam to record these podcasts.
So what happens when you put 2 non-tech people into some tech area? We're going to figure it out one way or another.
We'll figure it one way, yeah.
It'll take a couple of years, though.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not.
Hey, we already upgraded the 2 mics in 1 year.
Yeah, look at us.
I think we're getting somewhere here. No, actually, I want to look back though because
Jesus Christ, I want to get this started.
No, because we were going through YouTube before this. We were looking back because we started the podcast when we were in COVID, so we were still social distance, so we were at our own homes respectively, and we were doing it over a conference call.
That sounded better.
Yeah, it did because we each had our own mic.
2 mics.
But like the quality of the videos was not great.
No, it wasn't.
We went back to look at it. If you ever get the chance, go back to look at like our first several episodes. It was an experience. It was a little memory lane when we were looking at it here.
And also trying to figure out what we wanted to do with this show and whatnot.
Yeah, I think we're going down a path that we want. So
hopefully,
yeah, we'll find out.
We'll find out when we get there.
We got a table with stickers on it. Okay, that's another upgrade.
That is
this year.
Yes, and we're probably upgrading the logo. Because as much as we love our logo, it is impossible to put on anything because of that neon.
It only looks good on the business cards.
It looks fantastic on the business card. But we wanted, so on the middle of this table here, we wanted a giant circle sticker of our logo.
Mm-hmm. But, so we're leaving room, so that's why all our stickers are really weirdly dispersed.
Yeah, that's why we have the stickers on the sides. So,
but I'll let you get to your first category here.
Yeah. My God. Holy shit.
You already dying?
I think so.
You getting chunks
I
of the
think
fruit?
it's like a little bit of the pulpiness.
Oh.
I guess it's like probably what the best thing you could say, right? Is pulp.
I guess so. I mean, it's fruit, so I would say it's pulp, yeah. You can see the little danglies floating around in there.
Yeah, and it just got like one got stuck on my throat.
Jeez. I didn't think they were that big to make a difference.
No, he's just tickling it. All right. So, I'm going to edit that out.
No, come on.
Yeah. The first category we have that's up for debate is the best beer fest. And in 2021, we went to 4 beer fests. Well, we went to 3, and one of them was a virtual beer festival. And so we have the Findlay Oktoberfest at Crooked Can, the 420 Virtual Fest, and, of course, Dragon Saddle Day at Hoof Hearted. So, out of those 4, what do you think is your favorite?
So, thinking through here, it's really difficult. It's difficult with 2 of them because they were just focused on Oktoberfest with Findlay and the Crooked Can.
Mm-hmm.
So, it feels just a little weird doing it. Did we go to another Oktoberfest other than those 2? I thought there was another one. Was that the only?
We were trying to go to a third.
Oh, okay. Well, so it feels weird putting them in there, but because like Dragon Saddle and 420 were a variety of different beers. Experience-wise, and getting to see you completely shit-faced, I'm leaning towards Dragon Saddle. Because that was a really good experience. I think 420 was really good as well. And I think the way they did it was pretty well. I also just think it'd be really cool to be able to go to that festival in person instead of doing it online. Oktoberfest in Findlay was pretty fun. Wasn't a fan of some of the people there. Not brewery wise, just like people that were there.
Oh,
there was some pretty nasty people that were in that crowd.
yeah.
But they had some good beers there. They had the Findlay Brewing. They had Iced Tear. They had who else? Modcraft.
And then I think a couple of Toledo area. I think 60cc was there.
Okay. I got to try carrot cake for the first time on draft, which was nice.
Yeah, my favorite beer from Findlay.
So, and the Crooked Can is good. I don't want to diss in the Crooked Can. I'd like the Crooked Can. I had a great time last night there.
They signed my paychecks, so
yeah. I'm gonna go with Dragon Saddle.
You're gonna go with Dragon Saddle,
even though there was a cost to that one. And I know 420 also had a cost as well, but
I don't. The cost of the beer fest wasn't that big of a deal for me.
No, I didn't mean it like it was a determining factor. I just mean like for what we got for that price was phenomenal
for both of them. Because
I would say for both of them.
I think what we paid for the 420 was. I mean,
I would say for both of them.
I'm in the same boat with you. I always enjoy going to Oktoberfest festivals, but you're right. It only focuses on a smaller selection of beers.
Yeah.
And just thinking of like a wider range of things and beers that I normally wouldn't get a chance to try, but if it wasn't for these festivals, the 420 Fest was excellent. I thought it was a great thing to do, those virtual festivals to help breweries out during COVID times.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just fun to because we spent 13 hours?
13 hours.
That was like at least 10.
Okay, I would go with, if anything, 10. Yeah, I remember we just
spent 10 hours
and drink and watch.
Drinking beer and watching the beer festival. And, you know, it was fun sampling the beer as we went through the festival and learning from the head brewers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's where we, I guess, met the Dankhouse people for the first time.
Yeah,
it was on there. And I mean, again, getting to try a bunch of different beers from across the country, not just, you know, Ohio or the, you know, Northeast or Midwest. But I think you're right. I think the Dragon Saddle Day of what I can remember is definitely my #1 beer fest. We did pay for the King Dingling package, which definitely added to it because it was $75 for each for our ticket, and but the unlimited samples that we were able to have were
plus the wide variety that they had available.
Plus the wide variety, plus being able to go to the brewery the day before to pick up what beer we wanted from that limited release was definitely well worth the ticket price. Plus, I mean, there was. Did I eat there?
Yeah, you ate.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They had food trucks. They had music going.
They had rocks on the ground that you could pick up and hand to other people.
Was I doing that?
Yes, you were picking up rocks off the ground and handing them to people at our table. But we met some cool people there too.
Yes, we did meet some really cool
people. I think overall experience wise, hands down is Dragon Saddle.
All right. So
you're on that same boat.
I am.
All right.
Hoof-hearted, you will be receiving a package from us with our first award.
Are you sending this to the one in Columbus? Or you're gonna send it to one because I want to be able to see it on the shelf when I go in. So it's a tricky question.
That is a tricky question. I want to send it to the one in Marengo.
Go for the one in Marengo then.
Just because that is the actual brewery.
That's fair. Go for that one. Yeah, go for that one.
Or I mean, I had to get a package of 24, so
send one to both.
Send one to both. So
don't tell the other people though that they're getting two.
Don't. Well, I don't think anybody else on our list has a location in one place and then a location in Columbus.
Saucy Brewworks
In Columbus. Oh, I'm not going to send it if they win. If they win,
no.
Send it to
you mean
one.
more than one in Columbus? Yeah, I got you. Well, we don't have it on our list. Zaftig has 2 locations.
Zaftig is not on our list.
Somebody didn't want to go to Zaftig with Nate.
And if there are any breweries out there that are listening and would like to be on an upcoming episode, please reach out to us at pintpalspodcast@gmail.com.
Definitely.
And love to stop by, and maybe that means next year you'll get a trophy. So,
well, I know that's out of order on your list here, but I think maybe we should go into the people we've had on our podcast. That seems like a nice segue.
That does seem like a nice segue. So going into our next, God, this beer is so good.
It is so good, right? I'm already disappointed how much I have left.
I'm gonna save that. Do you want to get another one started here?
Yeah, I can get one started.
On it, I'll go over. So going into the next category, we have the favorite brewery that we had on this show. And I realize that's probably not the best name because I love it when breweries come on and we get to hear their story and like what makes them excited about working craft beer. So I don't know. Because I appreciate everybody who's come on the show, and take the time out of your day to come on the show, and it's not like we're the biggest podcast in the world or anything like that. But no, I do appreciate everybody who's come on.
Yeah, I haven't had a bad experience with any of the breweries,
but I think it's
the one that we got the episode rid of. But
yeah, that was.
But they weren't on the podcast, but they had a little intro at the beginning and. They never actually sat down and talked to them.
No, I thought you were talking about the Landgrain episode.
Oh, no. I love Landgrain.
That was a fantastic episode.
That was a great episode. I'm
so upset that we lost that. Oh, no.
Lucas, help me.
With what?
I don't know.
Start drinking it.
A towel or something, then.
No, you're fine. Here, use my sweatpants.
I got my pants. It's good. I'll just be driving home and smell like beer.
That's fine. That's a normal thing for me. Because I work in a brewery.
That's why.
So I don't know. Let's just. I don't want to say like it's our favorite brewery that we had on the show because I thoroughly enjoy all the breweries that I have listed here. But it was just what episode was probably.
I'm gonna send them all one as a thank you for what was that 7?
Yeah.
Yeah. You said you were 24. I mean,
yeah.
I'll leave it to you though, because I know you're the one that ordered them. I don't know what the situation. Gosh, this thing is like packed to the brim. Not even going down.
You all right?
Yeah, it's like
it's right there.
It's literally like right at the edge. Ooh, that's a caramel color. Welcome to this episode where I just now learned how to pour beer.
Jesus Christ, man. That's terrible.
That is a 70-30% head.
There you go. That's terrible.
Oh, you're trusting me to 4 years now.
Yeah, you got the bad one.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my God.
So, yeah.
I don't know. I thoroughly enjoyed all of these breweries that came on.
We just talked about what we really enjoyed about them, maybe, when they were on with us, or...
Well, 2 of these you weren't even here for.
That's fair. That's fair. But I've met Iced here.
I've met
him. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's just go through with the breweries that we had on in 2021, and then we'll figure this out.
Yeah.
So the breweries that took time out of their day and decided to sit down and talk with us about their experience and stuff like that. And we greatly appreciate when breweries do that. It means a lot. So we had Finley. This is actually in order. Finley Brewing, Outer Belt Brewing, Parsons, North High, Toppling Goliath, Dank House, and Iced here.
I'm confused. What was the other one I met? Was it Finley? Was the other one
Finley,
I didn't get
Finley
to?
was the one where he was making me chug 32-ounce growlers.
Gosh. That's right. What if we went through and said what our favorite type of beer from them is?
Oh, that's gonna be tough, man.
Really?
It was the
style of beer, because they all have their own unique style of beer that they're really good at producing.
Okay.
So if I were to go through for the ones I've done, Outer Belt had a really good coffee.
Their coffee lager. Yeah.
Coffee lager was really good. Parsons makes amazing stouts.
Stouts.
North High has they have a huge variety.
But I think our favorite beer from that episode was definitely the Hellas Lager.
Yeah, the Hellas Lager was really good.
Finley Brewing had the, I believe it was their peanut butter porter, which was my favorite beer to have that day.
Sounds good.
Toppling Goliath.
Their IPAs.
Their IPAs and pale ales, and now their sours that we're able to get. And they just came out with their first triple IPA, which I was hoping to be able to pick some up today.
We'll get at the time right now.
I don't know if that's going to happen, but I'll definitely try to pick some up. Dank House, those fruited sours, and the dank IPAs are out of this world. And then Iced here, which I was really upset about. Chris gave me a one of each of his anniversary beers. So that was definitely a lot of fun to have.
What would you say your favorite sour? Is it the meat based?
Their braggots are always fantastic, but my favorite beer that I had that day was what Chris said was the best beer that they ever made, and it absolutely was. It was their like a Mexican hot chocolate stout. It was a stout with peppers, and I believe the name of it was it's a dragon from Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm trying to think of the name. Bahamut.
Sure.
I think that's how you pronounce it. So it was definitely a fantastic beer. And I think you're right, Nate. I think that's probably the best thing to do and what we will do going forward. So if you come on the show, you will be receiving a trophy from 2022. I don't want to say that it's a participation trophy, but it actually is. You come on the show and you participate. No, but that's... It really means a lot to us when people come on the show, because you don't have to do it, but you do it, and it does mean a lot. So
we have a great time with it too.
Yeah, it is a blast. So I'm just gonna circle the whole category.
Sorry, we don't have famous actors coming out with like a golden envelope revealing the.
No, you have us
victory here.
Half dressed up fancily.
Maybe in 4 years.
Yeah, we'll get DiCaprio.
So we could attempt this beer in a little bit. So this is A Very Thirsty Caterpillar by Ouzelfinch Beers and Blending. Yeah, sure. Beers and Blending. I'm really intrigued by this. This is a sour with apple puree, pear puree. Okay.
It looks like
with
that.
Apple, pear, plum, strawberry, orange, natural and artificial flavors, vanilla and lactose. They had to put puree at the end of every single one. I like their artwork on their can though.
Yeah. They do some weird stuff.
Little caterpillar.
Yeah, it's from the kids' book, Very Hungry Caterpillar.
Yeah. The page where they had the little cutouts in the.
Yeah.
All right. Where are they from?
I don't know. Down south.
Virginia.
Virginia?
Yeah, 6%.
Yeah. We did have an Ouzelfinch beer on the show before.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Wasn't that great? It was the that Nesquik one. Did we have that on the show, or did I just have that? It was a leftover that I had from the Saturday morning beer fest.
I don't think we. If we did, I don't remember it.
Okay.
I'm kind of waiting for the head to die on this one, but
okay.
We haven't finished our
we're doing
our
a
game. Yeah, we might as well. So, started this about 2 or 3 episodes ago, where there was an article. All right, so this is a game that we've been playing, I think, for like the past 2 or 3 episodes that we've done. Mm-hmm. This is an article that came up on my feed at one point. I was like, this would be a great game to quiz Lucas on. And this is every state's highest rated IPA in 2021. So we've already done, it was Midwest Ohio. Which I
did pretty good on.
Yeah, that was your most solid one so far. We did the Southeast. That was down to Florida and Louisiana.
Which I didn't do so hot on.
We went out, I don't know if we went north. Did we? Man, maybe we haven't. We've only done 2. Yeah. So now we're going to go over to Northeast, up in your neck of the woods.
Which hopefully I should be able to nail all of these for the most part.
I will sure hope so. And so we'll just see how this goes here. So I've got a list of all the abbreviations for the states here. So we got Connecticut, Maine, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Rhode Island, and Vermont. Am I missing one that you could think of?
No, not that I can think of.
All right. So I will just give you the name of the beer. If you get 2 points if you guess the brewery. Or how do we do this? It was 2 points if you guess 2 points if you guess the state and 1 point if you get the brewery. Or was it the other way around?
I think it was 1 point for the state.
1 for the state, 2 for the brewery.
2 for the brewery.
Okay. All right. So our very first one here is Fuzzy Baby Ducks.
That's the beer name?
Yeah, Fuzzy Baby Ducks. It is a New England IPA.
Oh, of course it is. I've never heard of that beer in my life.
New England IPA.
Massachusetts?
No, it is from Connecticut.
Oh.
It's from Connecticut. I'm guessing you don't know the brewery.
No.
It is from New England Brewing Company.
Oh, that's why you kept saying New England.
That's why I was trying to give you a hint there, but
no, I've never heard of that brewery or
really?
Or that
Well, dang. Do you know any other breweries from Connecticut that you can think of?
No. Maybe. I don't know if it's in Massachusetts or Connecticut, but I think it'll tell me because it should be an answer for one of these, so it's probably from Massachusetts.
What about Heady Topper?
Heady Topper?
Heady Topper. Heady.
That
Topper.
is from The Alchemist in Vermont.
All right, there's 3 points there. I need a little gong or something to ring for this. All right, that's 3 points. And you're actually at 25 points right now. That's your current.
Okay, let's make sure to.
Yeah. Cross that Vermont.
And then I guessed it.
I guessed it again. All right, let's go with. This is a good one. The Chosen One.
The Chosen One?
The Chosen One.
I don't know, but I'm going to guess New Jersey.
No, it is actually from Rhode Island.
Oh.
It is from the Tilted Barn Brewery.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it. Neither have I. Although I haven't heard of half of these anyway, so.
I don't. I've been in Rhode Island, but it's like such a blip that it's just like you're in, you're out.
Oh, so they probably own all the real estate there.
Yeah,
The
probably.
Tilted Barn Brewery. All right, this one is called Overhead. It is an Imperial IPA, 8.2%.
I'm going to guess New Hampshire.
This is not New Hampshire. It is one of the news, but it is New Jersey.
Oh, it is New Jersey.
I'm going to cross that one out for me.
Yeah.
It is from Kane Brewing Company.
I know that brewery.
At least you knew the brewery. I should have
Yeah.
given you the chance to think of the brewery.
No,
That's my
you're
bad.
fine.
All right. This one here is, I feel like I've heard this. Oh, yeah. I've heard of this one before. Hopulization. Sounds familiar. Maybe I haven't. I don't recognize the brewery.
Populization?
Hopulization. Hopulization.
Maryland.
It is not. It is from New Hampshire.
Oh, gross.
Do you know the brewery?
No.
Stoneface Brewing Company.
Nope. Don't know them.
Huh, Lucas, you're really struggling on
I know,
this
I am
one.
struggling.
Man,
This is
you've been
embarrassing.
living over in the Midwest too long.
I
You've
forget
been
everything
living-
from the New East.
You're one of us now.
Northeast.
All right, this next one here. This is called, okay, you should know this one. King Julius.
Okay. So, yeah, I knew this was going to be one. This is from Treehouse in Massachusetts.
There you go. That is 3 points for you on the board. It is a New England IPA, 8.3%. All right. Okay. Next one here is called Double Duckpin.
Double Duckpin?
Double Duckpin. It is an IPA, Imperial IPA, 8.5%.
Maryland.
Okay. Yeah, it is Maryland.
RAR.
Not RAR. It is Union Craft Brewing.
Ah, damn. Disappointing. So I got 1.
1 point. So where we at? We at 7 points right now? All right.
Yeah.
All right. Not bad. The goal is to get to 50, so you're on a good track, I think.
I'm crawling.
You still got 2 other regions that'll be
Yeah, but I
combined
thought I
next
was gonna
time.
nail the
Yeah, I know
Northeast.
you really need a lot on this one here. All right, so our next one. Okay, easy one for you. Might as well give yourself 3 points right now. Dinner,
Oh, okay. That's Maine Brewing.
which we got to try this
Out of
year.
Maine, which we did get to try this year.
It was okay.
It was one of those. Okay, so it's an old style of like. I say old style. It's not an old style beer. It's not old style. It's not old style. It's one of those IPAs that survived the hop wars, I guess. where people were just drinking, I want the hoppiest beer, I want the hoppiest beer. I mean, it's kind of like the same way that I felt about Pliny the Elder that we finally got to try this year.
Yeah.
And it was just like, yeah, it's a hoppy beer. It's an IPA. It's enjoyable, but it's not like I gotta get my fix, man.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I remember because we did the Pint of the Elder at your bachelor party, right?
Yeah.
And then dinner wasn't. I liked that one, but dinner, wasn't my thing. Okay, who do we got here? So let's do this one. This is gonna be. I don't think I've ever heard of them. Albatross. I've never heard of this place. IPA, New England, 8%.
That's from New York. No, it's not. No, it's not.
I don't know. I already gave like a face. Like
no.
I mean, you only got 2 places.
Yeah,
on
I
there.
know. Pennsylvania.
It is
I had a
Pennsylvania.
feeling you were gonna.
I'll give you the point anyway,
No.
because you're not gonna get. I've got to give you pity points here, because I don't think you're gonna get that far.
Pennsylvania. I know that.
Do you know who?
Oh man, I know. I've heard of this beer.
If I give you their abbreviation, BG.
No.
Brew Gentlemen.
No. Yeah.
All right. Well, this next one is from New
Son of a
York. This
bitch.
is your hometown. I've been
Yeah.
saving this on purpose.
I knew you were. New York. So it's New York. I get a
Woo,
point.
it is New York. You get one
No, that's
good.
the bonus point that I get.
All right, here we go. You ready?
Yep.
All right. This is a New England IPA. It's 8.5%. It is called Double Dry Hopped Double Mosaic Dream. It's from New York. You could say Alexis is this to you. She is your
Wife?
no, not wife, but you know when people
Spouse?
when they say like they're my better,
Oh, it's better half.
but it's not better half, but it does have the word half in it.
Other half.
Other Half Brewing Company.
Yeah.
You know them?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give you a point.
Other half brewing company.
I'll give
I
you
either thought
1
it was going to
point.
be. I thought it was going to be Kings County, or that one.
Gotcha.
Or Evil Twin.
That's right. Evil Twin is in New York. All right. Well, so
Not as
that puts
good as I
you at
wanted.
35, 36, 37 points.
37 points.
All you got to do is get 13
and
more.
there's what? 3 more sections?
Two more sections.
Did
So
we-
you got the whole West Coast.
What about Texas? Is that
That's
Southwest?
coming up. Yeah, that'll come up in the other.
Is there a Southwest? No, there's the West Coast. There's like up by Montana and stuff like
So
that.
we've
We did that
got-
one.
So yeah, we've got Texas only. There's only 4. Oh, there's okay.
There
So
is 3.
I'm gonna combine the whole West, the whole coast here, right here, and then you got the
I mean, that's only 3
the
states.
mid.
You might as well.
yeah. That's what I mean. 3 and 4.
Yeah.
So I might just combine all of them. Honestly,
Okay.
make it one more episode.
That's fine.
All right.
Fine. So, let's, since I want to save 2 of the categories for, you ready to try this one?
yeah, let's drink
Yeah.
this one. It's finally
thing.
the head is finally gone. Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my god! Holy
Look at-
shit! This smells like fruit cocktail.
I look like I could make applesauce off of what is on the inside rim here. There is a lot
This smells
of
like
puree.
the fruit cups that you would get in like your lunchbox for a field
it,
trip.
It smells like an applesauce little fruit cup.
That is sour as fuck, but my god!
Ooh,
Holy shit!
my mouth is exploding with flavor.
Yeah, that's like a fruit cocktail.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yes, you were right. I don't think. I mean, I do get that it is pretty sour, but like I don't think it's like a.
I think I was just taken back on the first sip. 'Cause the
Yeah,
second
yeah.
sip I was fine.
I like it made my eyes water a little bit, but like otherwise it was just it was like not too bad. Made me
This
cry.
is good. This is good.
Mm.
You want the rest of this one? Go ahead, take it.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You're gonna let me have the rest of that? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm happy. I'll just keep it.
So I like this one a lot.
This one is good.
What
Nice
would you
fruity
give that on
taste
the
at end.
prost? I'm gonna give this one a T.
Mm.
I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Yeah, I think I'm in the same boat with you. I'm really fascinated by the the head and like the little pieces of pulp you can see in it.
All of your beer was head, so.
This is true. This is very true. It was a 70-30 split. Wow. Yeah, all those flavors are just coming right. You were right about the fruit cocktail. I'm good with the tea as well.
Awesome.
That's really delicious.
I'm glad I can get more of that. They're another brewery that started distributing in Ohio not too long ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the first time I remember having them. You said we had it before, but I don't remember.
No, I think it was just me.
Just you.
So for the third category that we're going to do right now, we are going to give our recommendation of the best beer shop of 2021.
Woo!
And for that one, we only have 3 options. And I mean, I think I have a good feeling on who's going to win this one.
Yeah, I got that.
So we have the Daily Growler, Halftime Beverage, and the Perfect Pour. These are all beer stores that we got beer for the show for.
Besides, like if we happen to go to the brewery to get the beer directly from
them,
but
not counting buying beer directly from the brewery.
All right, well, I'll give my 2 cents here. I don't want to be mean to the Daily Growler, but the prices there were pretty insane. They had a great selection. Don't get me wrong, their selection was really good, I like it because they do single cans as well, so you can get those. But man, some of the prices on those singles cans were pretty outrageous.
I have never been. I've never
really.
Been.
I mean, the guy that works there, or the people that work there are great. They're really nice. They were very helpful. I think because of the price, I wouldn't want to really go back. Looking at the other ones, I feel bad about Halftime, where they had to go through with their location.
One of them, yeah,
getting flooded.
Yeah.
Honestly, because we got the 420 beer from them.
Yes,
that's where they were delivered from there. So I think in terms of like
and the beer that I got for the New York episode that we did, I went to the one in Poughkeepsie, and that store was a lot of fun to be at. They had a wall for growlers, and you could walk up and down the aisles and just be like, let me take this single out. I want this one. I want this one. But again, their prices were a little bit higher. And I think that's probably just because of New York prices for craft beer.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you could probably speak for them more than I could. I would just,
I was only there once, and then I bought some beer online from them.
The only thing I would think of is convenience, because they delivered to you.
Yes, but it is a $25 shipping fee.
Fair, because they're out of state. But you can get beers out of state that you won't be able to get at these other 2 places.
Yes.
So
yeah, you can get beer from across the country, which it is very nice. If to everybody out there, if you're looking to, maybe, I mean, I would do this. I would go in on an order with like maybe 3 other people or something like that. And if there's like beers that that you really want to try, maybe you can just go online with your friends and do like, get a bunch of different stuff that you could all have for a bottle share, and then you can split that $25 delivery fee. But it is great for like the beer festivals and like trying beer that you normally wouldn't be able to get your hands on.
I was just thinking, you should have included your beer buddies in this, because technically they delivered you beer.
That's more of just like doing a beer trade. You
don't think so?
No, no.
Okay, well, we do appreciate them, but
we do appreciate them sending beer, and there's going to be more beer episodes in the future.
I'm hands down. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go with Perfect Pour though.
Why are you apologizing? I'm also gonna go with.
I'm apologizing. The others. The other ones are great, but yeah, Perfect Pour. I haven't had any issue with their prices.
No, the prices are great. The
insanely
guys that work
helpful there.
Fantastic.
Yes, they're incredibly helpful there.
They have a wide selection of beer, and if there's any beer that I go looking for, they're always my first stop. Because if it's not there, I'm not going to bother wasting my time going anywhere else. So
the only thing I wasn't sure about, and I've run into this issue before, is they seem to have strange hours.
No, they don't.
No? I thought they closed at like 5 one time, and I thought it was strange. But maybe it was just a special time at that time, but
yeah.
okay. You never run into the app. Okay.
No,
Then
no,
it's just me, and I am the odd man out
well, they did have different hours during COVID.
there. Maybe it's...
Now their hours I think are like 10 to 6 every day, or 10 to 7 on Friday and Saturday.
So that's what's weird. I feel like closing at 7 on a Friday or Saturday just seems really early.
Well, I mean, it is just the two of them. Like they don't.
That's fair.
I think
I'm not dissing on it for it. I just thought it was strange. It just because I feel like that would be a prime time for people, getting beers
fair.
to go out to.
I might be wrong too on their hours. I don't want to. I'll just double check real quick.
That's fine, but it sounds like we're both going for the perfect pour to be.
Hands down. I have been
best bottle shop.
They've been like the store that's provided. I not provided.
No,
but
where we've gotten beer from.
Yeah.
No, none of the beer has been free from
they
them.
close at 7 on Thursday, 8 o'clock on Friday, and Saturday they close at 6. So they've started to do beer tastings again, which is nice.
Oh, it's nice. All right. So sorry, I feel like we've got so much going on here. So we already rated our beer here. Do you want to open up the next one? We got 2 more categories or 1?
We've got 2 more categories.
2 more categories. Let's do another category and then open the other beer.
Okay. So the next 2 are going to be probably the most controversial. I say controversial, but the one that's going to cause us
controversy
between us. So in 2021, Nate and I went to 25 breweries together. That's just together. I have been to more breweries, and he has also been to more breweries without just...
Because he didn't want to come with me.
I also got married in Colorado, so you didn't want to come with me to that.
That's fair. You're the worst. I hate you.
You aren't the only one. Anyway. So the 25 breweries that we went to together were Who Farted, 1487, Iced Tear, Crooked Can, Juniper, Dank House, Finley, Endeavor, Hofbrau House of Columbus, Naughty Pine, Land Grant, Noctera, Nostalgia, Outer Belt, Parsons, Random Precision, Saucy in Columbus, Sideswipe, Somewhere in Particular, Smokehouse, Wolf's Ridge, Modcraft, Arlen's, Ill-Mannered, and 3 stars in DC.
All right. How honest can we be?
You can be as honest as you want.
As honest as I want?
As honest as you want.
All right. This is going to be... Can we go ahead and just knock off the one we want to knock off?
Yep, let's knock off Naughty Pine.
Naughty Pine is getting knocked out. It was not a good experience.
Not a good experience.
Nothing on the staff there. It was some customer that was kind of just really weird. And the beer itself was not great. Not that great.
I had 1 beer there, and then the rest of the beers that I drank were guest taps.
Yeah, it wasn't. Granted, they didn't have a wide variety of beer themselves, too. But anyway, I think it'd be best just to cross off ones and then go for it. We want to cross off Sideswipe. I know you weren't a big fan of that.
Nope, I was not a big fan of Sideswipe.
Modcraft. We went to Modcraft when they first opened. It was their. Was it recent open?
It was recent.
It was recent opening. Yeah. They were really great guys. They let us try some beers. We didn't actually get to have them on the podcast, did we? But we tried their beers on the podcast.
Yeah.
They had some that were really good and some that were just it was like polar opposites. Either it was really good or it was just no. I couldn't deal with it. Sorry, I'm gonna be honest now. There was one I couldn't stand. Lucas is over here sweating like, oh my god, they're never gonna want to be with us again.
They're never gonna want to talk to us again.
They can if they don't like my opinion, they can always come and prove me wrong, right? Like,
is that a threat?
No,
You
like
challenge-
no, I'm not.
If you don't like what I have to
calling
say,
you out. No,
roll
like
up to my house.
here's my address. No, like I'm serious. Like
sounding like Iron
any
Man.
anybody that like wants to defend it, that's totally fine.
Are you
There's-
inviting them on?
Yes, I am inviting them on. Modcraft, you're welcome on the podcast. You guys were great. You guys
Nate's got you for 3 minutes of playtime.
3 minutes of my time. Go. Give me the elevator talk. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not trying to sound like rude or anything. I just, I would love for you to come on here and prove me wrong. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Prove me wrong. That's okay. What's the desk of the guy sitting at campus? This is my opinion. Prove me wrong. The meme.
The meme, not the
meme.
guy. Because
No,
the
the actual guy. The guy,
asshole.
No, the guy's an asshole. No, I'm talking about the meme itself.
Let's get rid of nostalgia for you because I know you didn't like them. I like them, but
end it. I will end you.
You
Are you really crossing out nostalgia?
Yeah, you didn't like nostalgia.
Oh, I was thinking Noctera. Sorry.
No, Noctera. I
was
enjoy
thinking
Noctera.
Noctera. Yeah.
Even though at Noctera you may have to wait 10 minutes to get a beer on a busy Friday night. Okay, that's a joke, but that was a real argument in a Columbus craft beer group because somebody commented and made a post saying, "I'm never going to Noctera Brewing again because I had to wait 10 minutes to get a beer on a busy Friday night." And I love that group because everybody else in the group let that son of a bitch have it. How dare you complain for 10 minutes? How dare you? And they were just cracking on him. They were making fun of this guy so much that they deleted the post because they thought it was becoming too much.
Too toxic. I love it.
I am going to
nostalgia. Yeah, sorry, nostalgia.
No, you're good.
Knock off there.
I am going to cross off 2 breweries.
Let me know before you cross them off. I'm just curious.
Hofbrauhaus of Columbus.
Okay. I don't think it's for a bad reason. I think it's just because
I'm getting rid of chain breweries on here.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm good with that.
Smokehouse.
Had good food.
The food was okay. I didn't really care for what I had. I'm going to say Somewhere in Particular.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Here is my reason with Somewhere in Particular is because when Nate ordered a beer there, they poured the beer from a can that had already been open in a reach-in soda cooler.
But it was advertised as on tap.
It was advertised as on tap. It was in a flight, so they poured it into a flight glass and then took the already open can that they had probably used on one other customer before and put it back into the soda cooler.
It's a good thing you had a good eye for that, 'cause I didn't see that when it was happening, and yeah, that was disappointing.
That was disappointing. If it's not on tap, just tell me we'll get something else. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
But what they did, I didn't really care for, and 3 out of the 4 beers on the flight I didn't enjoy. The only one that I enjoyed was their cobbler sour that they had.
Ah, okay. Now they had like a Japanese one. They had a Japanese name to it. That was good.
Yeah, that was
pretty good.
It was a rice IPA, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a rice IPA. That was pretty delicious. But yeah, no, it was not.
So I'm gonna
the
cross
best of
that off.
experiences.
And when I mean chain, I mean like more of a chain because I'm gonna say because there's like Who Farted, they have multiple breweries. Saucy on here has multiple breweries.
I know what you're talking about. You're talking about places that are more focused on the food.
Commercial.
Yeah, I can see it. Like a BJ's.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck BJ's. Now this is going to start getting into more of like the nitty-gritty stuff.
Honestly, the 1487 I'd be fine with crossing out, not because it was anything really bad, but there's ones on there that are better.
Okay, I'll give you that. I do enjoy all the beer at 1487.
Yeah. That's good beer.
They are excellent at doing the clean, classic German styles, and their food is delicious, and their beer garden is very, very nice.
And their owner was great. He came out and he talked with us for a while.
Oh yeah. But I understand where you're coming from.
Move it over this way a little bit. I'm starting to lose my sight here. I'll be honest. I don't remember Random Precision that well. I remember the place because they had all the barrels. There, right? I remember the place, but I don't remember the beer I had. I remember you not liking it. Oh, then let's cross that one out then, because if I don't remember, nothing I can really do about it. Did we go to Wolf Ridge together?
Yeah,
we did.
We went to pick up beer. We didn't like stay and have
that's
a beer.
fair. Okay.
I'm gonna cross that off. I'm gonna cross that off.
Cross off. We didn't spend time in there, and
just because of that. But
yeah,
I have to say, Wolf's Ridge is absolutely fantastic.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, yeah, one of my favorite beers.
Yeah.
Let's make it tricky here.
This is tough.
Endeavor,
we went and we had one beer and then we had a cocktail.
You had a cocktail. I had some of your cocktail, but yeah, because they're a distillery now.
Yeah.
Well, on top of the brew house. There again, I don't think they really stood out from all the other ones that are on here, so I'm gonna cross them off. It was still
works
good,
for me.
Good experience. It was a good place. I don't really remember too well.
We went there after Saucy.
Yes, I do. I do remember that. I just don't remember the beer itself. Yeah. Man, it's getting difficult now.
It is getting difficult now.
Juniper. I can't really remember the beer that well.
We went there to pick up beer.
Yeah, we went to pick up beer.
I know the people that own it though. They're nice people, and the beer was pretty good.
It was a cool location too.
Yeah, very cool.
Their location.
Very nice and I'm very happy for just the community of Bowling Green, for the breweries that they have up there now, except for one of them.
Except one. Ill-mannered. I know that was one we went to after before Noctera.
Yeah.
I would like to go back when it wasn't as busy as it was.
The only one that I would not go back to on this list is Naughty Pine.
Yeah,
that's the only. So. I would die.
Well, it's funny because fun fact, we was last week got pedicures, and we were talking to one of the people that was working there, and she had said that we had mentioned Naughty Pine. She was like, "Oh no!" It's like she had the same reaction as us. Like she knew. All we had to do was mention it, and she knew. Why did you hand me your empty glass?
I don't know. You got my other one.
Yeah. So seems to be a well-known fact about them. Can we? I was gonna say Who Farted just because we already gave them an award earlier, but it's okay for them to have 2 awards in their nice display.
Yeah.
They've also just had a really. I mean, I've had the biggest experience with them this year, so
I'm gonna do this.
Okay.
To stay impartial.
Okay.
And to not make it, I'm going to cross off the Crooked Can.
That's fair. Honestly, I didn't see it on there. Oh, there it is. Oh, it was crossed out before, so I thought it was crossed out. I'm totally fine with that.
Just be impartial.
Totally fine.
I mean, I enjoy going there every single day. This is getting real tough now.
So I want to start to look at if they had like big things happening this year, like what really stood out this year from them. So like Outer Belt really took a big stride in their new location. I mean, they're building, getting that done and everything. Dank House has really been making big strides this year.
Exploded.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and cross off Saucy Columbus.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I enjoyed it, but these other ones, I think
that's fine. I could go with that. I could get you. Well,
because with what you're saying, Chris has done a lot of strides at Iced here. Dank House.
Do you want to get rid of 3 stars then? I mean,
I did enjoy my time at 3 stars.
It was good.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
And we plan on having them on in a future episode.
Yes.
So hopefully they don't listen to this one. So let's see here. Let me make a new list. So we still have Hoof Hearted.
Uh-huh.
Still have Iced Year. Still have Finley. Still have Land Grant.
Noctera.
Parsons. Noctera. Dankhouse. Right?
Outer Belt and Arlen's. Was that 9?
Outer Belt.
Oof.
Arlen.
This is rough.
You're right. We have 9.
All right. While we think about that, let's open up another beer. 'Cause
Yeah.
I need to think here. Should we each just choose one that we want to cross off
Yeah.
and go from there?
I'm going to choose to cross off Parsons.
Ooh. Man, you're hitting me in my soul, man. We're hitting me in the soul. All right. I'll allow that. Well, the one I'm going to cross off then will be Land Grant.
I'm not upset about that.
Right. I think they're good. I didn't.
You wanted to say what this beer is?
Yeah. So as soon as I'm done pouring it here. All right. Smells funky. All right. So this is a Cran Orange Cobbler. It's called Sling de Jour.
Yeah.
Sling de Jour. Sour a la mode.
It is from Drecker, another brewery that
Yeah.
very much like Imprint just started distributing in Ohio.
Its malt is a pale 2-row. Its hops are Magnum, Flora, it's yeast. Gimmicks: cranberry, orange, plum, granola, brown sugar, cinnamon, lactose, vanilla beans. Cool.
How about this?
Yeah.
So
Speak
we're
to me.
giving all of the favorite brewery we had on the show.
We want to cross them out.
Do we want to cross them out, or do we want to give 5 of these an award?
What if we limit it down to 3? Give 3 of them award. Top 3 breweries we want to.
Top 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's better than, because there's still 6 or 7 on there.
Well then, how about this? Pick one that you want to give an award to. That is a clear standout in your
Sorry,
mind.
I just took a sip of the wrong one. That was good. Yeah, come on, real quick. Try this beer. That's
My God.
that is good. That sugary
Holy
taste at
shit.
the end of the peach cobbler, or was it peach? No, it was
Cran apple, wasn't it?
apple.
Cran orange?
Cranberry, orange, plum, granola.
I get the
Medium
granola.
brown
Yeah.
sugar,
Oh my God, that
granola.
brown sugar is delicious.
Yes.
Holy shit, I love Drecker.
That was really good.
I can't wait to have them on.
I was really surprised when I took that because I thought it was the other one. That caught me. So
ahead.
choose one I want to give an award to.
That is hands down, in your opinion, worthy of one of the best breweries that we went to.
Dankhouse.
Dankhouse?
Yep.
So I'm gonna put an N there. I'm gonna give it to Iced Year.
Yeah, that was gonna be my second one there.
All right. So then let's just narrow it down just a little bit more. I know who to give the award to. I'm just gonna circle
All right.
over here.
So far
Dankhouse.
we've got winners for the best breweries we visited. Will be Iced here and Dankhouse, and we're gonna try the top 3. So we're gonna pick one more.
This is tough.
Honestly,
I'm gonna.
for me, just because it was the first time being there, and I thought it was really delicious, was Arlen's. But you're welcome to fight me on this, and it's difficult. It's hard for me to say Hoof Hearted because
I was gonna cross them off. I was gonna cross them off because it was such. I'm just the whole Dragon Settle Day experience on its own.
And they've already got an award there for
yeah, they've
Best
already
Beer
got
Fest,
one.
so. And I did like Finley, but I just haven't had enough experience
are you talking about? A lot of these you only went to for one time.
That's what I mean. Like, but like beer wise, I've only had 2 of their beers. I had their Oktoberfest beer, and then I had the carrot cake.
Oh.
So that's why I'm hesitant about it. Like
Finley is one of my favorite breweries.
I know.
It's just I always have a great time going
I'll
there.
give you out of these 4. I'll let you have the final say on this.
No, don't do that because I feel the same way I do with Arlen's.
Well, do we want to say it's?
I'm gonna cross off Noctera. I'm gonna cross off
Okay.
Noctera. Again, don't get me wrong. I love Noctera.
Yeah. I mean, I'm fine with it being between Finley and Arlen's.
Okay, so then goodbye,
Yeah.
Outer Belt.
Oh, I didn't think it was gonna be this big of a struggle. I guess I should have, because there was like 25 on there. I should have realized it was gonna be awful. Now comes the long wait, long pause. To analyze the statistics.
This is tough because I want to give it to Finley and you want to give it to Arlen's.
I'm not like heavily set. If you can convince me Finley, I'll be hands down. Like,
Well,
I'm on both of them. I mean, like,
I do think they're the best brewery in Finley.
but Arlen's is up in BG,
Mhm.
right?
And they do 2 different styles of beer. Like the Arlen's, I do love all of their clean, like their Czech
Mhm.
Pilsners. They make clean, crisp, delicious beer. They make beer. And Finley just, I don't know. I feel like Finley has played a large part in my, becoming such a big fan of craft beer. Because they were the first brewery that I got a growler from.
Let's give it to him. This is
Let's give
the
it to
first.
Finley.
This is the first year we're doing this, and so for next
Yeah,
year
there's always next year.
won't be as impartial to them. But we'll give it to Finley this year because I do want to go back to Arlen's at some point and try it again. And same with Finley, I'd like to try more of their beer.
So the best breweries that we went to this year, we have narrowed it down to, well, we're awarding Ice Tier Brewing, Finley Brewing, and Dank House.
No particular order.
No particular order, but
Yeah.
there we go.
Wow.
That was tough.
That took us a while.
That was a long time.
And
Hurry the shit
I
up.
will make this next one.
You're gonna make this. This is this is the category. Also, by the way, giving this beer from Drecker a
Tea.
fucking tea.
Yeah,
This is
very
delicious.
much. It is.
This is a fantastic dessert beer. I would have this after Thanksgiving, after Christmas, anytime that I'm like, man, I could really go for something sweet right now. This is delicious.
This is. Yeah, I think this would be good for our Thanksgiving dessert.
So,
Oh boy, here we go.
here comes the topic that I was the most excited for. And throughout this episode, I added one more to my list, so now I have 10 beers on here. My favorite beers of 2021. The Raspberry Tart from New Glarus. It's a lambic.
That's what I was looking for.
The Ruby Soho Grapefruit Lager from Ska Brewing. The Munch Blaster 420 from Invasive Species. It's a banana split stout. Crispy Squares from Three Suns. It's a Rice Krispie Treat Lager.
So you're reading this just like they do on the Academy Awards.
I know. Godspeed Little Doodle from Listerman is a Snickerdoodle stout.
That's a cute name. I love that.
I'll show you
don't
the
remember
label
that
of it.
one.
I'll show you the label of it. It's the beer that they do for the Ned Flanders band.
Oh, okay.
The Oakley Dokleys. And they're a metal band that dress up like Ned Flanders. Daybreak from Wolf's Ridge is their coffee vanilla cream ale. The German chocolate cupcake stout from Angry Chair. Bahamut from Ice Tier, the Mexican hot chocolate stout. Soulmates Imperial New England IPA from Dank House. And King Sue from Toppling Goliath.
Forgot about King Sue. All right. I saw a couple.
I forgot about it too.
No, King Sue was a good one. So my top ones for this year, for 2021, is Hope from North High Brewing. Dr. Juice, which is from Parish Brewing. That's one of the ones we got up from your Texas.
Tipsy
Texans. Rainbow Sherbets from Alvarado Street Brewing. Fresh Pressed from Wicked Weed. Unfortunately, one that didn't settle for when didn't last long enough for when we tried it on here, but still phenomenal. Dragon Saddle, triple IPA. Daybreak from Wolf Ridge. And Dumb Fruit 8.5 by Evil Twin Brewing. And I wanted I wanted to add that raspberry tart because I was looking for it. That's why I pulled up that episode for New Glarus, but gotcha. I got distracted and couldn't see what it was. But yeah, the raspberry tart is another one that I was a huge fan of. But yeah, that was 1, 2. Oh, I missed Tides from North High as well. Tides was another really great one. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Huh.
So what we had 2 in common, which would be the raspberry tart and Daybreak.
So I feel like those are the ones we need to focus on.
Okay.
The others?
Can I focus on? Did you like Hope?
No.
You didn't like Hope?
No, I did, but it's not the other ones. Like,
really? Okay.
I would maybe put that in my top. Maybe I don't know, 20.
Mm-hmm. And Dragon Saddle.
Dragon Saddle's Dragon Saddle.
Okay.
I treat it the same way I do Hop Slam now.
Okay. No, you're fine. You're fine. It's curious. Okay. Because I was trying to look at some of the IPAs and see if any of those could be changed in your mind, but
no.
Because I mean, you could have convinced me for King Sue, but you're not going to try, so it's okay. It's all good.
No, this is just my favorite beers of 2021.
Are you trying to convince me?
What
would be our top beer for the year? Or are we each picking our own top? How is this working here? Is it combined favorite or is it our individual favorites?
Do you want to do both?
Let's
do both. I got a box of 24 of these coming in.
Yeah, we got so many awards of our great plastic rewards. All right, well, so then we could look at the raspberry tart and the Daybreak for a combined one. You got any insight on
what out of those two?
Yeah, well, those
Daybreak, hands down.
Okay, yeah, okay,
hands down. It was. It's the beer that we give out to people. It's when we had the most podcast on.
So I'm surprised you don't feel the way that it's like the same thing as a Dragon Saddle or that. Like it's so common now. It's like a staple for them. It's a common thing.
It's not the common thing. It's not the common thing for me when it comes to Dragon Saddle or Hop Slam. I appreciate for what it is. I can get it every year.
Mm-hmm.
But once I have my 4-pack of Dragon Saddle, I'm fine until next year. I can get Daybreak and be like,
interesting. Huh.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
no, I don't honestly. No, I could drink Dragon Saddle all year round.
Hop Slam comes out, and it's I enjoy it for what it is, and then once it's gone, I wait till next year to get it.
I mean, Hop Slam's okay. I don't really enjoy
Daybreak
that much.
Though. $10.99 a 6-pack, delicious coffee cream ale.
So if you had Dragon Saddle or any of these other IPAs, and you had Daybreak, you wouldn't be able to drink both of them throughout the entire year?
So I don't think I could because
you could. Sounds like weakness.
No, it's not weak. It's not weakness. It's do I want to enjoy the flavor of Daybreak or do I want to have my taste buds burnt off by the hops from Dragon Saddle?
And when was the last time you had Dragon Saddle? That does not burn off your taste buds.
A week ago.
Then yours must have gone bad because I had it before and it's nothing but pure flavor.
Mine didn't go bad.
Well, then there is something not right. Are these ones from last year that you accidentally grabbed out of there?
No, I only had the one. No, but I think
if I were to say like about like Hop Slam, sure, I could get what you're saying there, but like with Dragon Saddle, I don't feel like it's what you're saying. I guess.
What do you mean?
Where it's gonna burn off my taste buds from drinking one.
It is a hop bomb. It's a triple IPA.
I don't think it's that hoppy as compared to like other triple IPAs where it's like gonna burn off my taste buds. That's just me, though.
I enjoy it for what it is.
Okay.
I enjoy it for what it is.
I am trying to play devil's advocate, and I'm trying to fight it here.
I think Daybreak is better.
I'm already
I think
on
Daybreak is better.
I'm already with you on Daybreak. I agree Daybreak is better.
Then what are we arguing for?
I'm just trying to play devil's advocate, and just kind of, rustle it up a little bit here.
What,
trying to get some insight, how your mind
trying
works.
to blow my load for an IPA?
You can't say blow my load, man.
What do you mean? I can say whatever I want.
Well, I can.
Sorry, I thought this was America.
Okay, so Daybreak is the
combined winner.
Oh, this is gonna be awkward when we talk about the next one because I was gonna put Daybreak, but I'm gonna change it.
You can make it.
As my personal favorite, I was going to do Daybreak, but I'm going to change it to another one now.
What, are you going to change it to Dragon Saddle?
One? No, it is not. I'm not. You thinking about your personal favorite?
I'm going to make notes.
You're making notes. All right.
I can go without this one.
Well, he is thinking and taking his notes. I'm going to go with... I'm stuck between two, which is the Rainbow Sherbets from Alvarado Street Brewing and Fresh Pressed.
You're going to make me send something to California?
All right, sir.
It's fine. If it fits the chips, I'll go with one of those. So this is getting...
Those two were, I think, ones that just kind of really caught me off guard this year, and I was a huge fan of them. Man, I don't know. It's really tricky. Rainbow Sherbets, that's one that Abby brought back from
California.
Was it California? I thought it was Nevada.
All I know is that she went out there.
I think it was Nevada. I can't remember.
Beer might be from Nevada. I don't know.
I think it was when she was in Vegas. So good. I don't know.
It was a good beer.
What are you thinking over there? What are you between? Oh my gosh, she still got so many on there that aren't crossed out.
Yeah, I know, man.
I'll give you a little time to think here. You got it? You think you got it?
No, I think I have a 2022 beer picked out already.
Oh my gosh. Is it one of these ones you tried?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
No. I'm going to go only because I haven't experienced Alvarado Street Brewing in general. I've never had any of their beers or anything. I'm going to go with Fresh Pressed from Wicked Weed.
That's what you're going with?
Yeah, that's gonna be my thing. We went when we were in the Carolinas. We went brew hopping for a while, and we landed on them. Had never heard of them, and they had a amazing selection of beers. Some really good stouts. They had like a Oreo stout that was really delicious. Their baseline, Dr. Dank, was incredibly good. They had a Dr. Dank that was mixed with passion fruit, which I was going to put on here, but I thought the Fresh Pressed was more well-rounded. And I think it was Fresh Pressed number 2. Go back and look. But, yeah, it was a wheat ale that had guava, pineapple, something else in it. And I think that's going to be my top one. And, I mean, this is my first year getting into craft beer, so I say I was thoroughly impressed. I bought you enough time there to be able to find one.
Yes, I did.
Okay, he's got one. He's got one.
I think that this is a very well thought out list. I'm going with the Ruby Soho grapefruit lager from Ska Brewing.
Okay. Did we have that one on the podcast?
No, I don't think
I haven't had it. Okay.
It was. It's a brewery that I've been following on social media, but I have been unable to get any of their beer until I went out to Colorado for my wedding, and we stopped at a local beer store, and I got to the Ska Brewing section, and that was the one that like really stuck out to me the most, and I had it, and I just couldn't get enough of it. I couldn't get enough of it. Like I was like if I have a beer today, I can have another one in like 2 days, because then I can still bring some back home, and like I went through that 6-pack so fast, and just because of like how fast paced everything else was that week,
That's fair.
that we weren't able to go to like another bottle shop, and I could get more of the Ska Brewing grapefruit lager to put in a suitcase.
He's addicted.
It was very, very good. It was, even though where we were, it wasn't like super hot, but it was just a very refreshing, crisp lager that had excellent grapefruit flavor, and I love grapefruit in anything. So that is my personal favorite beer of 2021. And I thought this episode has gone on.
This has been a long episode.
It's been a very long episode.
I mean, it's probably about an hour and a half.
It's probably close to 2 hours. Because we have broken this episode
We've done a lot.
3 segments.
We had one less beer than normal, but we had a game. We had the whole awards.
Yeah, and we're not even done yet because we got to do our toasts and stuff like that. So slow down with that. Don't drink that yet.
Yes. I'm fine with skipping beers tonight because I'll be honest, all 3 of these were really good. All 3 of these were
very fantastic. But we still have to give our toasts and congratulate the winners.
Yes, yes. Do I have the Academy Awards music if you go on for too long? You can just put that in post.
No,
right?
I'll put that in post. I'll put that in post. But I think we'll just go into the toast section here. The first toast is to all of our listeners. We appreciate every single one of you, either if it's on one of the many audio platforms we're on, or if you watch us on YouTube. This has been a fantastic year. I don't know what expectations I had for doing this podcast.
You know, we made it a year though.
But we've made it a year, and that not to say that it was surprising, but it was definitely
it's a big feat.
It was a big feat, and I am just surprised about, we are definitely not the largest podcast out there for craft beer, but our audience seems to keep growing just a little bit, each time another episode comes out. So it's very slow and steady. And if you're, this is your first episode, welcome. And if it's your whatever episode we're on now, thanks for sticking out with us this year. And this one's for you. Cheers.
Cheers.
Do you have one? Because I have another one.
Besides the awards, I don't think I really have any other ones. No, go for it.
Oh, this second cheers, this toast right here goes out to all of the people who have come on our podcast, whether it be other podcasts coming on. I had a ton of fun with Drew and Andrew from the Most Podcast. That was I didn't think that was going to happen, but having some people from Rooster Teeth come on to our show.
He was fanboying hard.
I was fanboying hard. I was very surprised that they agreed to come on. So thank you so much to everybody who's been on the show, all the breweries and brewery owners and brewers who have taken time out of their day to come on and talk about their beer with us and lead us through some beer tastings. So this one's for you.
Running low on beer here.
Yeah. What else we got?
Well, did you want to go over all the winners?
Yeah. So we'll just go over the winners real quick, and then I think we'll end the show. So for the best beer fest, I'm gonna hold my glass up. This is a toast for all the winners. For the best beer fest, congratulations, Hoof Hearted for Dragon Saddle Day. Oh, okay. I was gonna drink at the end.
Oh, I was going to take tiny sips throughout the entire thing.
Because I have very little left. For the best brewery that we went to, congratulations to our top 3 winners, in no particular order. Ice Tier Brewing, Finley Brewing, and Dank House. For the best beer shop, here's to you, Perfect Pour. That was not a tough category to win.
Yeah.
the favorite breweries that we had on the show. Everybody's going to be getting a trophy.
Getting your plastic.
Finley. Finley's getting 2. Ice Tear's getting 2. Wow.
Hey.
Finley, Outer Belt, Parsons, North High, Toppling Goliath, Dank House, and Ice Tear. And for our favorite beers of 2021, for Nate's favorite, Fresh Pressed from Wicked Weed. For my favorite, the Ruby Soho from Ska Brewing. And our combined favorite of Daybreak from Wolf's Ridge. Cheers to all of our winners, and best of luck for the year ahead, I guess, for the most prestigious beer award in craft beer history. Everybody's saying it.
And please wait 3 to 5 business days for you to get your prize.
You're gonna have to wait a little bit longer.
A little more,
because
okay.
I haven't gotten the trophies.
What are we, Etsy right now? Jeez.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, is my skull not come in?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that right now.
Oh,
Jeez.
okay.
All right.
All right.
Cheers.
Well, thank you so much, everybody. Congratulations to our winners. Cheers.
I did want to do one more, just like quick cheers. I know you kind of cheered it, but cheers to going forward in 2022.
Yes. Cheers to going forward in 2022. Pretend there's beer in here.
Sorry to sideswipe you with that. No, that's it. I think that leads us to the end of the episode.
All right. And that brings us to another end of an episode of the Pint Pals podcast. Thank you so much, everybody. Please, if you're on YouTube, drop a like and a comment. We greatly appreciate it. And as always, you can catch us on Spotify, Apple, Google, iHeartRadio, Sounder FM, and anywhere else that you listen to podcasts. I feel like I'm forgetting it. But thank you so much, everybody. We'll catch you next time. Bye.
Hey everybody, thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Pint Pals podcast. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you go down and click on the little subscribe button and then hit the little ding bell. And later, if you get annoyed of looking at Lucas and myself, you can go ahead and hit the unsubscribe, but then go over to Spotify and drop us a follow. Or if you like to listen on iHeartRadio, Apple, or Google Podcasts, we appreciate you all. Now it's time to open up a cold one, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.